Hey, when I watched the Aquaman film yesterday, I have notes here, some that read from my notes. It's literally the end of the era since this is the last DCEU film we got. As a film that is an end to the DCEU, it doesn't feel like it here, particularly. It felt like it ended a long time ago. This one felt like they could have been more, they could have explored more in this universe, but they had to do what they had to do, you know. Seeing after raising his child alongside his father was a beautiful moment that apparently got ruined when the baby did the thing and towards off his mouth, which happened twice, which is hard watching knowing that this film is PG-13 and people will be eating food while watching this that could, disgust them, just throwing it out there. Mira was in the film not much, and we all know why, when she was there was a moment where she was defeated easily, which makes sense why they had to do that. And then because the actress had to be cut out of the film, some parts of the film, for them to work at the point where they reshot certain scenes alongside around her basically, and her character got injured, which left a bruise on her neck, which later in the film she helps after towards when they reunite basically, and the thing is that her bruise got healed, as if she didn't get attacked at all. And there was like some marks or something that would have made sense, I don't think 5 months would have, healed her that quickly. Who knows? With how they really doesn't really get explained. And honestly, I didn't really care about Mira in this film because we know that they're going to move on from all this anyway, so I didn't quite care. I actually wish I saw more of his mom, Elenia, since in the first film I actually enjoyed her a little bit more. I enjoyed the underwater exploration of it all, meaning seeing how to learn and experience new parts of his world within the sea. That was exciting. The technology Black Manta uses was something that fascinated me, and how he used it, using that technology as if he knew what to do. Also, at the same time, was learning how to navigate certain things within those machinery, especially him and the people he was with them exploring new technology and new parts of the sea as well alongside, similar to how after did the discovery thing about basically them exploring things individually and having individual experiences. That's something that I'm pointing out. This film stood on its own, except if you want more details on the Aquaman film, this one you could see the first one, to have a sense of. So it kind of stands on its own, but also kind of doesn't. Just you need more information about the first one for detail, but overall the whole gist of it all, you can watch this film. Be like, oh yeah, he's King. His brother used to be King. Now he has this responsibility. Now he's a character who talks to creatures under the sea. Makes sense, Quite an adventure After had in this film, which seemed easy for him, and going on his way not to take his role as King of Atlantis seriously, as if he wanted to just take it away from his brother in the first film, only for the purpose of him not wanting it. So basically he wants a king, so his brother won't be here then, because he doesn't believe that his brother was the better ruler of Atlantis. And of this mind, when they interact with each other, they often really pokes fun of Orm's life as a king. He tells Orm that he's destined to be king due to him being the more mature one ever. In the first one, you see that in the first film. Here, not so ever. You don't see him really putting the responsible approach. He feels like he doesn't really want the King of Atlantis, even called it boring in the film towards us in narration form. There's a point where when they were in the forest, he called Loki at some point in the film, which I have a sense of understanding of what he's saying. However, after it's basically calling someone who's not worthy of being drawn. That's why I felt like when I heard that when he said Loki. After I watched the film, I was wondering why was tagged along with Arthur and his adventure. I feel like Arthur could have done what he needed to do to fight Black Manta without they could have had the mobile Atlantis from a distance away from the council. The action scenes of them being on the water mostly looked really well done, and except there were some moments where Aquaman was talking to the council, for example. I could barely see the blue character's face clearly until she was zoomed in. Not zoomed in, but we saw a closer look at her character. Felt a little blurry. Most of this review I mostly reviewed after instead of Aquaman in this review because it didn't feel like Aquaman to me in this film compared to the first one where he understood the stakes and the fate of the ocean seriously. He does a new suit and changes back to his regular clothes and does his mission in regular clothes. And for the start of the movie, when he was doing stuff underwater, trying to fight the people that were with Black Manta in normal clothes, that felt a little weird to me. It's not much of a big deal. I just felt odd seeing Arthur do Aquaman superhero type things without the suit, where it could have been possible for him to actually wear one of the suits, whether it's the old one or the new one he had on. I don't know why he changed clothes or where he had time to. The place to change them. There are points in the film where I felt like I was watching different version of this film based on some of the locations. The part where they're in the forest and the bugs. I felt like I was watching, Avatar. Just for a little bit. That was really weird. I saw that. I enjoyed Randall Park in this film. His role was a longer than I expected, but I found him alright. Black Manta wanted to kill Aquaman was something I was really excited for. To see the revenge aspect was overshadowed by the Trident's power. His mind was taken over, which touched him as a keen dude. He understood that keen that took over David's mind. He understood his pain of him wanting to kill Aquaman, yet pushed him to his side. Not too much on his side, but enough for him to use his powers and eventually become free from his drawn that has been stuck for a long time. And there were moments where Black Manta was more focused on doing what he wanted to do to have the items that he stole from the Atlanteans' storage to cause disaster. Whenever Black Manta fought Aquaman, it was actually really fun to watch and exciting seeing those two go ahead. Nevertheless, I did enjoy seeing those two fight. Every time they fought, it was exciting to watch because Black Manta was my favorite thing about the first Aquaman film. Later, when the Lost Kingdom falls and collapses, Aquaman walks towards Black Manta to help and save his life, which reminded me of the first film where Arthur was speaking to Mira on the boat about him not helping David's father, which seemed like he regretted his actions since Black Manta was a massive deal of trouble obstacle for him in the first film. And seeing the opportunity to save Black Manta, he would have brought him closure, which at the same time went to work for David, which he decided to fall to his death since being saved by Aquaman would have been worse in David's mind. He was broken after losing his father and went a long way to face Aquaman and try to fight him all his time for revenge, which he had so much rage inside of him, which is why he chose to fall, which is, I understand why he did that. I actually think that even though Orm was useless in this film, however, I understand why they will need someone to tag along with side Aquaman here, and so people watching this film may think of Orm as a villain in this film. That's why he talks to and treats after her. I don't see it that way. I don't think Orm is a bad guy in this film compared to the first one. I feel like he's trying to understand after a little bit more. I feel like he was actually the one putting more effort in understanding of this point of view of being the King of Atlantis a bit more compared to Aquaman. Learning from him, I didn't feel like after really wanted to learn much about Orm's struggles of him being king. But then the ending felt like black pepper, where because after wanting to share his resources from Atlantis to the surface world, where Aquaman may search into our more details on what happened within the film, in every film, to help the planet after what the Black Manta has done, which I enjoyed that moment. I felt like, okay, he's starting to act like a king, and then in the end he just acted a little bit off. I'm like, okay, what I expect, you know. If that felt place of him, goofing off in the end, it didn't bother me too much, but it did remind me what type of person after it was throughout the film, you know. I understand James Wan's vision for what you want to do in this film. A lot of things happen here within the 2-hour period. I felt like there was a lot of world building and exploring the ocean, however, the character and storyline aspect that drove use more of a focus. Please let me know your thoughts on the film. I appreciate all of you for watching here, and if you're listening to this on Spotify for podcasts or any podcast app, I appreciate it. Great for your time, and I'll see you for the next one.